All right. And now we will, in Sif Tes, we're holding Torah Yud, Sif Tes, Likutei Moharan. Now the Rebbe will explain how all the sagas here that we learn in the Torah are merumas, are clothed in this particular story of Rabbi Bar Chana in the Gemara in Baba Basra. Zeh Perush, what the Gemara says, Amar Rabbi Bar Chana. Rabbi Bar Chana said, Amar li Ahutai, that Arab merchant told me, Ta ve'ach velach b'lo yed karach. Let me show you the people of the congregation of Korach that was swallowed in the earth. Asli, v'chazai trei bize, and I saw two slits in the ground. That smoke was coming out of them. Shoko gvaro de amro. He took a bunch of raw wool, umasha b'maya, and dipped it in water. Ve'anche beresha derumcha, and he put it at the tip of a lance. Ve'ala la'asam, and put the soaking wet wool into where the slits were. V'che'apik, and when he took it out, when he took out the wool, the wet wool was totally burnt from the fire that was in the earth, even though the wool was soaking wet. Omali, that merchant told me. Atzet mashmai, listen, what do you hear? And I listened and I heard that the people of the congregation of Korach were saying, Moshe v'Torah emes v'hen abadoin. Moshe and his Torah is emes, and we are the liars. Amolid, that's Seicheton, Kol Shloshim Yom, every Rosh Chodesh, Mehadra lo Gehenom le'ochol kevoso bekalachas. The Gehenom brings them back here like a meat in a pot that is being stirred. That is being stirred so it can cook. That's what they said. Moshe v'Torah emes v'en badoin. Moshe and Torah is emes, and they, that was weak, that's what they're saying, are the liars. And what is alluded to is follows. Blur the Korach, those that swallowed, the swallowed of Korach. This alludes to Avodah Zarah. As the Gemara says in the Medrash, the Medrash says in Yerushalmi and Sanhedrin, Korach min haya. Korach was a heretic. That he said the Torah is not from the Shemai, but it's not true. This corresponds to the aspect of idol worshipping. Means heresy. In other words, the fact that Rabbi Bar Chana saw blue the Korach, the swallow of Korach, means he saw the Bechina of Avodah Zarah, the aspect of Avodah Zarah. And I saw two slits in the ground that smoke is coming out of them. This is the anger of Hashem, which is being caused by Avodah Zarah and heresy. As Chazal said, as long as there's idol worshipping in the world, there's anger in the world. But the two slits, this is Bchinas Tredik Ve'af, these are the two nostrils, Keviyachal. That the smoke comes out of them. This is what the mashal is. Moshe all the oshas are up. That smoke came up Hashem's nose, Keviyachal. That the smoke is the aspect, Keviyachal, is a mashal, is a parallel for the anger of Kodesh Baruch Hu that comes out of this very, very supernal Bechina that's called nose. If you remember in Torah Beis, we says, Menukva de Pardashka, from the left nostril comes Ruach Chaim and Mashiach. Remember? Well, this is B'chinas Tefillah, there is a very, very high Bechina. What's above the nose, when you learn Kabbalah, you learn Etz Chaim, or any other, when above the nose, the highest Bechina that they talk about of Al-Makam is the ears and the nose. They don't talk about the eyes at all. It's like, because the ears and the nose are the same level. Talk about lights that are coming out, from the ears, and it's coming out to the, through this, and coming to the mouth, and coming up to the nose, and it comes to the mouth. Whatever these very high, but they talk about the highest bechina is a nose. They're not talking about the eyes at all. This is already a higher inyonim. So he says, so we're talking about the Ein Kodesh Baruch Hu's kiviyachol, smoke coming out of this supernal nose.
The nose can't be Nashon Navera.
What?
The nose can't be Nashon Navera.
Right. Even though, it's a shaila, about smelling the song of the Zohar. This is but even that, it's like Shokal Gvor de Amo, and he says he took a pile of raw wool. Gvor de Amro. Amro is the Aramaic word for wool, right? Also, Amra is a word that reminds you of another word. What is another word that looks like Amra that we learn in Torah? Omer, right? Because Amra, is a remez for Omer. Umasha b'mayo, and he dips it in water. This is Sa'irim. And now the Rebbe is going to explain how the Sa'irim gets into Pchinas Mayim. This is the aspect of Sa'irim. Sa'irim is Pchinas Esta Beruach HaKodesh, which Shu Pchinas Ragli, that corresponds to the legs. And the reason that water allude to Pchinas Sa'irim, because the Raglaim, the legs, Al Pi Kabbalah, they're called afikei mayim, they're called sources of water. Ki em b'chinas arvei nachal. The hands are chesed and gvura, and the legs are netzach v'hoid. Netzach v'hoid is called arvei nachal. It's called arvei nachal, or by the nachal. As Chazal said, it's called Arvei Nachal. As Chazal said, Ragloi ve'barnash inun arvelei. The legs of a person, they are his guarantors. When a person is decreed to die at a certain place, his legs are taking him to there. And this is alluded to in the Smaima that the Raglaim, they are b'chinas arevim. It says Arvei Nachal, Shon Arevim, guarantors. The Arevim alludes to b'chinas Arvei Nachal. Arvei Nachal, as we said, is the spheres Netzach V'Hod. They are the legs of the Kedusha. This is the legs of the Kedusha. And Nachal alludes to Afikei Mayim. Afikei Mayim is, what is a Nachal? Nachal is a source of water. So you see that water alludes to a Rava. A Rava alludes to a raven. A raven alludes to Raglayim. So that's why we said over there, that Sa'irim is Raglayim. Or Sa'irim, remember? Sa'irim is Raglayim. So Amra talks about Omer, and water, and Amaya, it alludes to Sa'irim. Oim Sa'orim together, Hainu B'chinas Mordechai ve'Esther. This is Mordechai and Esther. B'chinas Yadayim ve'Raglayim, the hands and the legs. This is Rabbi Chana. He took, this is clapping the hands and dancing. In other words, Rabbi Chana took the Bechina of Oim Sa'orim, which is Yadayim ve'Raglayim, and with this, he eradicated the Avodah Zarah, and Mimela he sweetened the anger that exists in the world. And this is what he said. And he put it at the very tip of a lance. And what is looked at is Roimach is the Hebrew word for a lance. Da Ruach Mem. Ruach Mem is from the four corners of the world come the wind, come the spirit. Because the Mem, the end of Mem, the last Mem, is a symbol of the four corners, because the end of Mem is a square, right? It has four lines for four sides, that alludes to the four corners of the earth, the four sides. This alludes to the Ruach of the Tzaddik, that all the four spirits of the world come from, as we say in Siman Hey. And that's why it's called Ruach Mem. In other words, the Ruach from which all the Ruach of the four corners come from. The Noshav B'Yad V'Raglaim, this is the Ruach that beats and blows in the hands and in the legs. And the Rosh HaRoimach, and the head, the tip of the Roimach, Hu HaTzadik. He is the Tzadik. Ki Mimeno Tosas HaRuach. From him is the source of the Ruach. Kmo Shekosov, Ish Asher Ruach Bo. A man, when Moshe Rabbeinu asked the Kodesh Baruch Hu to appoint a leader for Am Yisrael, he says, give him Ish Asher Ruach Bo, a man that has a Ruach in him. In other words, a person has to put himself in the tip of the Roimach, by the Tzaddik. In other words, to come close to the Tzaddik. And with this, you will get from the Tzaddik the Ruach HaKdusha, and you'll be able to bring about this Ruach by dancing, clapping your hands. You can bring this Ruach to the hands and the legs, and this will eradicate the Gaiv and the Avodah Zarah from you. When he took out the wall, so it was burnt, it was singed, and the specific language that it's used is Ichrach. Ichrach, Rabbeinu says, Leshon Chaim L'Arichos Yomim. Ichrach means long days, as Chazal said. Lo yachroch v'miyat tzeido, somebody who's hunting, his parnasa is with cheating. Lo yachroch v'miyat tzeido. Anybody who's v'miyat tzeido that lying and fraud is his hunting. This is what is his parnasa, is lo yachroch. In other words, the Gemara says lo yichle v'lo yarach, and he won't live, and you won't live for long. You won't a liar. A hunter that is a liar, somebody whose parnasa is by lying, by fraud, is fraudulent, he won't live long. And actually, what the Gemara wanted to say over here is not so much by somebody who's doing parnasa, but what the Gemara wanted to talk about is somebody who learns and doesn't chazan. So the Gemara calls he's a hunter, he learns Torah, but he's a he won't live long. The Gemara dashes the word Yachroch as if this is two words. Yichye, Yarich. He will live and he will live long. He will live for a long time. V'haynu ichach ruchi. Ichach ruchi l'shon chai v'erichas yomim. Ki al-yedei bitul ha'gai ve'avodah zarah. When you have a battle of avodah zarah, al-dei zeh ha'chochma al-tikuno. But Hashem will continue from here tomorrow.